Okay, well, welcome everybody to Unconventional Wisdom, the CSE Investment Podcast. And this Thursday, 10 a.m., our regular time. Randy should be on here. He didn't say he wasn't going to be. Keith is here. Cezanne's here. I don't think Joni's going to make it. Dirk will probably not make it. He's trying to get back from Puerto Rico, and he has some running around to do, but he's going to try to get back for the show. And Marcus, our man's been with us here that makes all this stuff work. And so my continuing effort to be astonished at Wells Fargo. They're just down around the corner, criminal organization just around the corner, a couple of blocks away. So a couple of new articles. They're really interesting. One is entitled, "Where There's Smoke, There's Fire," regulator says. Well, that's a recent article came out a couple of days ago. And as you know, they've been deemed a criminal organization by the Fed chairman. And it just continues on. This has to do with their wealth, their wealth management, which is the brokerage end. There's also another article out. Let's see, it's called latest Wells Fargo Scandal. And now it's dealing with their brokers, and the brokers are beginning to say things like, let me get this article here. Like, let's see, he says, if I'm an advisor at Wells Fargo, I have to ask myself, is this something I want to continue to do? And, you know, my prediction that the street is losing all their brokers, they're going to go independent, and small groups of brokers, and the big houses are going to be gone. And it's happening all the time. So just reading the index and what's in this article, not just dealing with Wells Fargo, but all the other brokerage firms having a terrible time keeping their brokers or advisors. And the other interesting one, this really gets it. This shows you how really bad Wells Fargo is. Wells Fargo CEO sees big boost in pay despite the bank scandals. So they gave this turkey $17.4 million in compensation for his work last year, and that's 35% more than he made the previous year. Now, how can that happen? Think about that. Here is a bank that's a criminal enterprise, and the head mafia guy gets a big raise like that. Absolutely incredible. Another good article, I'm trying to find it here, has to do with, what do you call it, when you harass a woman? What do you call that, Cezanne?
Sexual harassment. Sexual
harassment, yes. And it gave all the industries that have the worst sexual harassment. And I was going to try to pull it up and read it to you. I don't really see it here at the moment. But what's interesting is the financial brokerage business is by far the worst. Like they had a bar chart, and they showed these bar charts, and it was like 5 inches long. The next nearest one was maybe 2 inches long. So and I can attest to that because I was on Wall Street with Merrill Lynch, and it's just real rat race. I think that's about it from the interesting articles. I think. Let's see if we got anything else here. Nope, I just thought that was fantastic. That was really incredible about the Wells Fargo guy. Okay, Randy. No, Randy's not here yet. Keith, what's going on?
Yeah, Joe had a couple good trades here this last week. Had a CMIC close on Tuesday for a 3% gain this last week. That's one I would have opened last Friday and closed this Tuesday. And then I opened on Tuesday afternoon one of my CSM trades and using microchip technology, and it closed yesterday for 11% gain. So
fantastic.
14% for the week. So doing well this week.
That's right. And you still got tomorrow to go.
That's right.
Rest of the day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be looking to open a new CMIC after the podcast today. So see if I can find something there.
I'm sure we got some brand new people. Would you describe in simple form a CMIC transaction?
Yeah, the CMIC is an iron condor. So we open both call and put credit spreads. And so when we open it, we get a credit into the account. And on a CMYC or Iron Condor, you want the tick to just be flat. You don't want it to be going up strong or down strong, and you want to exploit time decay in it. So in this case, I had a couple days of time decay and was able to close it out, buy it back for a debit, and which was less than the credit that I opened it for, and I got a nice gain on that, 3%. On the credit spread momentum trade, that's a little bit different. It actually started as a credit spread when I first started doing that, but now I'd buy just the long leg of an option, in this case for a this particular stock, MCHP, and I buy that for a debit and then close that after it gains value. In this case, and this is a great example, Joe, this case, that the market went down yesterday, and I took advantage of that because it was a put position that I held. And so the market went down and the value of the put went up, and I was able to close that for the 11% gain yesterday. So you can use these techniques in either up or down markets, which is fantastic. And
when people subscribe to your service, they get the notices as you're preparing to do a trade, and you're doing this with your own money. These are real accounts.
Yep.
And they can follow that trade because they're getting notices before you actually do it.
Correct.
You're like Cezanne and Joni. You say, we're getting, or Randy, I'm getting ready. I'm considering doing this, and then they kind of walk you through it. And I know in the case of Cezanne and Joni, they're sitting there watching they're seeing their charts and all that kind of stuff, and the indicators that tell them to get in and get out. And yours is the same thing. And it just everybody in the world ought to subscribe to your service because it's extremely, extremely profitable. And gosh, we've been doing it for years. You've been doing it for years, and it's just fantastic. And you keep modifying it and improving it too. So.
Yep. Well, things change in the market, and you got to keep up with that. Yep. I also do a webinar that's included in the service once a week from noon to about 1:30 East Coast time on Tuesdays, and then I also put out alerts, not just when I'm going to do a trade, but what I'm seeing in the market and the analysis of a handful of stocks and indexes that I track, and sort of what I'm seeing on that. So you can learn to track things yourself also for making these trades. But then, as you said, Joe, I put out the alerts when I'm actually going to make the trade. So you can either follow me or just follow my techniques. Either way, whatever works for you.
Did you have a chance from the last podcast last Thursday? We talked about that outstanding team of investment experts at Harvard, and we had decided that maybe you were going to call them and have them subscribe to your service.
Yeah.
And remember, they were paying out, I don't know, $400, $500 million to these turkeys to handle their endowment funds, and you could just charge them like maybe $3 or $4 million.
Yeah.
And I mean, you made more and. I mean, they lost over $1.5 billion, $1.4 billion, $1.6 billion, something like that. And they've averaged over the last 10 years, 2% a year. 2% a year, get that. And
that's impressive, huh?
Yeah, they're paid incredible amounts of money for that. And, we wouldn't even have to charge more for for them. Maybe we would. We'd charge them a couple $1 million, right?
Well, I'd give them a discount,
Oh, it's just incredible. And not only that, but when you and I were talking about this, there was a little bit of confusion about one client. When someone subscribes to your service, the seminar, like the big seminar you have, is included in that. So they don't pay separately for the seminar.
Yeah. And the next one of those is going to be the 21st and 22nd, I think, of April. So towards the end of April will be the next seminar.
Yeah. Well, I think Cezanne and Joni have one coming up here in a few days, right? Cezanne, tomorrow or something?
No, well, April 16th.
April 16th.
Monday the 16th, we'll have our full day seminar where we're live in the market. We're the only CSE seminar that is live with the market. And so it's a great teaching tool because we've got the equities actually cycling. And so we can show how we use our streaming charts and the advanced charts to identify exhaustion and then upward or downward momentum before it occurs.
Yeah, I don't know of anybody that conducts seminars during live market hours except y'all. That doesn't tell people something it should, because they can learn so much. And again, your service, if you just do one trade a week, one trade a month, and you make astronomical returns on a yearly basis. And people can sign up for your service too. You and Joni. Joni doesn't have to be here at the moment, but y'all are doing those live using your own money, and you're getting them alerts just like Keith. And so they know what you're getting ready to do, and they know why you're getting ready to do it, because they're sitting there watching the charts, watching those advanced charts that we have. So it's
and they can apply, these charts to whichever equity they're next trade. So
now, I know y'all didn't do a trade today, but I know Joni did one yesterday. I think
she did. Yes. And I don't think there's been an Apple one this week. I can't remember. Joni usually keeps up with it.
Yeah, I know it. Randy got her here, but yeah, no, you did do an Apple one. So I think your returns so far this week are something like close to 7%.
Okay.
I think both of them. Sometimes your Apple trades hit up there around 7 to 9%.
Yeah, it just depends kind of on the price. It obviously depends on the price of the option. So, and earlier in the week, the options are going to be more expensive, but we trade weekly. So as we get later in the week, they go down in price as well.
So that would be, if you made 7% a week, what's that times 52 weeks? It's probably let's say 51 week trading, because you got a few trading days. That might probably a week where there's no trading. So it's going to be around 350% or so if you just did what y'all did this week, And
that's not compounding, Joe.
That's just straight. Yeah, that's not even compounding. Yeah. Incredible. Remember when you did the first seminar? It was a roundup, I think, Keith, and you tried, you were going to make 1,000%.
Yep.
In the last couple of weeks, it just didn't work, and you ended up with 900 and something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing about that, and we have, I think we still have copies of that seminar. Keith showed his entire brokerage statement, because people would say, "Oh, that's not possible." Well, it was. Showed the entire brokerage statement. So, yeah. Now, say if Cezanne was like you, Keith, she didn't even know where a brokerage statement is, probably. Because she writes everything on. Or are you still writing things on your wrist?
Her accountant probably loves her when she shows up
that's right.
for tax season.
Yeah. Okay.
Simple here.
Yeah. Dirk isn't here to recover any emails we've gotten, so I guess he's not gonna make it. So we'll call it a short day. Appreciate everybody being here. Oh, hey, let me on there. I always forget to tell you, we do have a phone number, 214-377-1108. 214-377-1108. Call us, and we'll put you on here, and you can address your questions or make any comments you want to. Also, our website, compoundstockearnings.com. Go there and get all the information on all the services we do, what things cost. You also get a free subscription to the Cal Report, which is going into the 19th. It's going into the 20th year now. The 20th year will be 20 years, January 1st. And in that Cal Report, there's all kinds of emails from our clients asking these folks questions, me questions, and of course you see the answers. You see how people are doing, and you see how the various techniques that are being used. And you find all the information on those techniques on the website. So there's a lot from the Cal Report. It's totally absolutely free, and you get it every Friday. It's got a Saturday date on it, but you get it every Friday. So does anybody else have anything to say? Okay.
No.
Call it a short day. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll keep my sleuth out there on Wells Fargo. And
okay.
every day I go to lunch, I walk right by their building. And I kind of look around. I try to wear like a trench coat. And so, yeah. Okay. Well, thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you later.
All right.
Thanks
have a good week, everybody.
Bye. Bye, Marcus.
Bye.